All right, let's get into it. You've probably heard the buzz, right? There's this new, almost magical way of building software that's taking the tech world by storm. It feels less like strict, rigid engineering and a lot more like just having a creative chat. They're calling it vibe coding, and the hype is that it's going to change, well, everything.
I mean, just think about it for a second. You get a fantastic idea for an app, but instead of hunching over a keyboard, typing out thousands of lines of code, you just talk. You describe what you want to an AI, you explain your vision, and poof, it just builds it for you. Is that just a sci-fi dream, or is this where we're actually heading?
Well, there's a name for this whole thing: vibe coding. It was coined back in early 2025 by the brilliant AI researcher Andrej Karpathy. And the core idea is simple: use everyday, natural language to get an AI to write code for you. The whole philosophy is about putting creativity, intuition, and especially speed first, freeing you from all the nitty-gritty syntax and structure. And the actual process? It sounds almost too easy. You just describe what you want to do, the AI generates a chunk of code, you run it, see how it goes, and then you give the AI feedback to tweak it. It's this super tight, conversational loop that makes it so ridiculously fast to build stuff, even if you've never written a line of code in your life.
And listen, this isn't just some abstract theory. It is happening right now. A report from the famous startup incubator Y Combinator revealed that a full quarter, 25% of their winter 2025 companies had code bases that were 95% AI generated. So yeah, people are building and launching real companies with this method as we speak.
The speed is incredible. The accessibility, it's a total game changer. It honestly feels like the ultimate cheat code for building software. But, you know, whenever something seems a little too good to be true, you have to stop and ask, is this a genuine revolution, or is it actually a trap?
To figure that out, let's put vibe coding right up against traditional professional software engineering. And right away, you can see this massive clash in philosophies. Vibe coding is all about speed, rapid prototyping, getting something that just feels right. Professional engineering, on the other hand, is built on a foundation of scalability, reliability, and security for the long run. They are playing two completely different games.
And this difference brings up a super important concept called technical debt. Think of it just like a credit card. Taking a shortcut now feels amazing. It's fast, it's easy, you get what you want immediately. But you're borrowing against the future. And that bill, it always comes due, usually in the form of nightmarish maintenance problems and incredibly expensive rewrites down the line.
So to make this really clear, let's run a little experiment. We've got a super common, simple task. Write a script that reads a file of user data, filters out anyone under the age of 18, and then saves those results to a new file. Let's see how both approaches handle this.
First up, the vibe code. You give the prompt to an AI, and bam, it spits out this single, huge block of code. And you know what? It works. It totally gets the job done. But if you look closer, it's a tangled mess. Everything, reading the file, filtering the data, writing the new file, it's all just mashed together into what developers lovingly call spaghetti code. Okay, now let's check out the professional approach. Instead of one giant blob of code, it's neatly broken down into clean, separate, modular functions. Every little piece has exactly one job, and it does that one job really well. It's organized, it's clear, a human can actually read it and understand what's going on.
Right here, the structure basically tells you the story. You can just read the function names and you instantly get it. You read the data, you filter the users, you write the new data. Simple, clean, logical. And this isn't just about being tidy. This structure is about to become critically important.
Because here's the thing about the real world, requirements always change. So let's throw a wrench into the system. The boss comes in and says, hey, new requirement. Instead of filtering by age, we now need to filter users by their country. So let's see how our two pieces of code handle this little stress test.
And the result is, well, it's pretty dramatic. The vibe code, that big block of spaghetti, becomes a complete nightmare. To add the new logic, you have to dive into that tangled mess and perform some really delicate surgery, risking breaking something else with every single change. But the professional code, it adapts beautifully. You just write one new small function for filtering by country, and you swap it in. The rest of the code is untouched, stable, and happy.
So, okay, messy code is obviously a big problem. But the hidden costs of vibe coding go so much deeper than just being hard to maintain. Let's talk about the real dangers here. First off, you have the debugging nightmare. When all you've done is given AI high-level prompts,
You don't actually have a deep understanding of how the code really works. So when a weird bug pops up, one that you can't fix with another simple prompt, what do? You can't really do a deep dive to fix it because you didn't build the foundation. And that fails the most critical test for any professional software, being reliable when things go wrong.
But honestly, even worse than the debugging problem is the security risk. This is a ticking time bomb. In any professional environment, every single line of code is supposed to be reviewed for security holes. But this AI-generated code, it often just bypasses those critical security checks, creating this huge unvetted blind spot in your system.
And this is not some theoretical what-if scenario. In July of 2025, a company founder shared this chilling story. Their AI agent, even though it was explicitly told not to make any changes, went ahead and deleted their entire production database. When the stakes are that high, that lack of human oversight and accountability is just terrifying. So, after all that, does this mean AI is useless for programming? No, absolutely not. The story here isn't about replacing humans, it's about evolution. The future is going to be a lot more nuanced than just vibe coding versus professional engineering.
What we're probably going to see are two different roles emerge. You'll have the vibe coder, the hobbyist, the prototyper, the person who needs to build something fast and is willing to accept the risks. But the professional is going to be the AI-enhanced engineer. This is someone who uses AI as an unbelievably powerful tool to work faster, but, and this is the key, they use it within the proven principles of good engineering. The AI is a co-pilot, but the human is still in the driver's seat, taking full responsibility for quality, architecture, and security.
And that leaves us with one final big question to chew on. The tools we use are changing at a mind-bending pace, that's for sure. But what about the fundamental principles of what makes good software? Things like readability, maintainability, security, are those changing too? Or are they timeless?